Hey y'all, how we doing today? Hope everybody's doing great. Okay, the card that we are tapping on today from Wisdom of the Shadow Oracle deck is grief. The artwork is called Tears. Okay, here we go. The mantra. I honor grief as a sacred process. I allow it to move through me in its own way and time. And here's what she has to say about grief. Grief is a potent force that moves in and through each being in unique ways, stages, processes, or ways that it is said to be structured, only paints a picture of possibility. Grief is like a mysterious umbrella. Under that umbrella lies an infinite possibility of emotion unique to the moment: anger, fear, loss, pain, loneliness, denial, guilt, numbness, or mourning what could have been. It is also a window into hope, resilience, strength, rebirth, curiosity, enduring, adapting to change. Many ancient peoples honored grief as holy and sacred, knowing that the grieving one was moving through a necessary ceremonial experience for themselves, for the departed, and for the community. A griever is also said to be a conduit of the divine. Grief is like a storm. It can leave as quickly as it comes, or it can persist for days and weeks. It may contain thunder and darkness, or it may contain sun rays and secret rainbows. If we chase the rainbows, we are less likely to find them. They appear only when, where, and how they want, just like grief itself. We can grieve people, possibilities, paths, and parts of self. Think about any perceptions you hold around grief. Reflect on any ways you've wanted to rush through grief or bypass grieving. Consider holding grief gently with compassion and tenderness. Invite yourself to see the grieving process as sacred. The contemplation questions are: is there grief that is calling me to sit with it more fully? When have I grieved? Did I grieve fully or stop myself? What can grief teach me about emotion and processing life? All right, let's do some tapping on grief. 3 breaths, one out front, one out back, one out front. Okay, here we go. First one, deep breath in, hold, and release all the way down to your toes. Okay, next one we're going to do at our back. Make a portal, a door, a window for the energy to go through. And we're going to whoosh that energy out of our back. All right, here we go. And release that energy that we just hold there. And one more out front with a great big old sigh. All right, let's tap on grief. I honor grief as a sacred process. I allow it to move through me in its own way and time. I allow the pain, anger, fear, loss, denial, guilt, numbness, or mourning of what could have been. I hold grief with compassion and tenderness. I invite myself to see and feel the process as sacred. I invite myself to see and feel the process as sacred. I am a unique expression of the divine, and I choose how I express that uniqueness. I am peace. I am love. I am one with life. I am. 2 more times, please. I honor grief as a sacred process. I allow it to move through me in its own way and time. I allow the pain, anger, fear, loss, denial, guilt, numbness, or mourning. I hold grief with compassion and tenderness. I invite myself to see and feel the process as sacred. I am a unique expression of the divine, and I choose how I express that uniqueness. I am peace. I am love. I am one with life. I am. I honor grief as a sacred process. I allow it to move through me in its own way and time. I allow the pain, anger, fear, loss, denial, guilt, numbness, or mourning of what could have been. I hold grief with compassion and tenderness. I invite myself to see and feel the process as sacred. I am peace. I am love. I am one with life. I am. And I am a unique expression of the divine. And I choose how I express that uniqueness. Deep breath. Grief is a hard one. Being human, it is part of the process. I don't know anybody that's made it this far, at least, that hasn't had some grief. Some more than others. And as we get older, the more it comes to us. Losing loved ones, losing, could be losing jobs, losing our faculties, our bodies not working as well as they used to, losing relationships. It's all part of it. And it's all part of the sacred dance of life. And even though I know it's hard, and it continues to be, because again, you never know when it's going to show up. I can be looking at the Book of Faces and a memory of my brother comes up and how he used to make me laugh. And it just hits me. Because he can still make me laugh. I can still remember his jokes. It's just there are not going to be any new ones. You know? And so I'm grieving for that too. We are all in this together. We are all grieving in our own ways. And hopefully, if you have a day where grief shows up and would like to be processed, you can find this tapping video and maybe it will help you not move through it faster, but just allow it to say what it needs to say and allow the sacred process of it. All right, y'all. I wish you the best for the rest of the day, and we will see you next time.